to 9:30 a.m.
Get in your morning inspired, be informed. Let's interact only on the morning drive.
Make it a date with Martin Efanshuku, aka Meta,
and Tracy FEMLR, aka Classy,
from Monday to Friday from 7 a.m. to 9:30 a.m.
on the morning drive.
103.5 FM.
Good morning and welcome to Ebona the 103.5 FM today, the 20th day of March 2024. Today is a Wednesday and the time is 2 minutes past the hour of 7. It's time for newspaper headlines on Ebona the 103.5 FM. This morning we are going to take you through the news making headlines on Nigerian newspapers. But before we do that, let's go for a short break. When we come back, we'll continue on the stories making the headlines. Please stay with us.
Do you know that you have the right to quality broadcasting? The National Broadcasting Commission says any person, group of persons, or organization aggrieved by the content of a broadcast or the conduct of a broadcast station may lodge a complaint to the station and all right to the Director General, National Broadcasting Commission, number 20, Ibrahim Taiwo Street, Asokoro, Abuja, or send a mail via info@nbc.gov.ng. Please ensure that your complaint includes name of the broadcast station, title of the program, date and time of broadcast, and essence of the complaint. Also, remember to include your name, address, telephone number, email, and append your signature. Note that the complaint must reach the NBC within 14 days of the queried broadcast. NBC, your right to quality broadcasting.
You're welcome back to newspaper headlines on Ebona the 103.5 FM. This morning we are going to take you through the news making the headlines on the Guardian newspaper, Leadership, Vanguard, Daily Post, Punch, Sun, The Nation, This Day, and if time permits, we're also going to take a look at Nigerian Tribune newspapers. Remember that you can become part of the conversation by sending your reactions via SMS or WhatsApp messages on 080-96661035. You can as well join us on Facebook as we are live at Ebona the 103.5 FM. Drop your comment on the comment section of the live video. You can equally stream us online via mixlr.com/gstfm. I am Martin. Let's get started with the Guardian newspaper this morning. Reprisal. Ijaw Youth Council raises alarm over invasion, killing of 40 residents. PEPS summons Pate, permanent secretary, over $300 million malaria fund. CBN to unveil financial literacy curriculum in October. Civil society organization falls European Union's opposition on expatriate employment levy. Again, court refuses SSANU bail over terrorism charges. Stakeholders canvass more as Nigeria's trade with ECOWAS hits 2.41 trillion naira. Troops rescue 16 victims after 46 days in captivity. Obaseki sees export as solution to forest crisis. Think tank allays fears of implosion despite closure of 767 firms. Delta governor briefs Tinubu on Ukuoma killings. Criminalize importation of Adire, Kampala fabrics. Reps urges federal government. Bronu reduces out of school children by 60%, says Zulum. NASU, SANU strike leaves certificates applicants stranded. Federal government restates resolve to boost eastern ports. Killing of soldiers. Human Rights Writers Association seeks improved military-civilian relationship. Paid to deliver keynote at NDFF conference. Man bags life jail for defiling neighbor's 11-year-old daughter. Ondo Guba poll. INEC once against parallel primaries. Last-minute waivers. Police nab suspected armed robber. Recover AK-47 rifles. Orders. Commissioner of Police deploys operatives to recover 3 missing kids in Imo. Protest. Police nab 8 commercial motorcyclists in Delta. Minister to address cybersecurity issues. Impeachment. Edo Assembly directs CJ to probe allegations against Shaibu. Ekiti government vows to enforce anti-open grazing law. Court remands blogger in correctional center over alleged cyber bullying. Court jails 6 internet fraudsters in Ilori. Jubilation over upgrade of Enugu Dental College to university. Farmer West Africa pledges to nurture pharmacists, others with learning opportunities. Adeleke moves to change Osun logo, seeks Assembly's approval. Ekiti government vows to enforce anti-open grazing law. Impeachment. Edo Assembly directs Chief Justice to probe allegations against Shaibu. Federal University, Oye Ekiti, management accuses striking SSANU of complicity in death of asthmatic student. Abia secures $125 million loan from Islamic Development Bank. Unijust urges constructive resolution of trade disputes. That's the much we can take from the Guardian newspaper this morning. From the Guardian newspaper, we'll flip over to the Leadership newspaper. Minister lost Team Nigeria's wrestlers for winning medals at African Championship. Customs drives authorized economic operators pilot program for trade efficiency. Practitioners worry over harassment of digital marketing experts. NSIA, NSP sign agreement for Chiroro Solar Generating Company. Nigeria signs a memorandum of understanding with Lab 4 for 50,000 BPO job. Nigeria signs a memorandum of understanding with Lab 4 for 50,000 BPO jobs. TCN boosts Port Harcourt substation capacity by 80 megawatts, installs 100 MVA transformers. Money Master targets youth education at Global Money Week. Undersea cable cuts, why Nigeria was not severely affected. CPON's new leadership pledges to innovate a printing industry. CNG, federal government targets 70% fuel cost reduction. CNG, federal government targets 70% fuel cost reduction. Islamic Development Bank approves $125 million loan for Abia. Wenga Alade, 3 others confirmed as AMCON MD, executive directors. Key infractions in NCDMB Governing Council inauguration exposed. Much ado about constituency projects. That executive order on drug production. Killing of 17 soldiers. Panic in Bayelsa as troops launch manhunt for killers. Adora Umoji appointed Zenith Bank GMD CEO. Troops rescue 32 kidnapped victims in Kaduna, Katsina. Toby Amusan wins women's 100-meter hurdles round 1 at African Games. Olukoyede seeks enhance moral reorientation in tackling corruption. NSIA, NSP sign agreement to establish Hiroro Solar Generating Company. National Assembly engages federal government on solution to food crisis. Senate passes 446 billion naira FIRS budget. Veteran Nollywood producer Andy Best is dead. Sabalankas, okay, still on the stories, making the headlines on the leadership newspaper this morning. Temper justice with mercy. Delta Assembly begs military over Okuama killings. Non-governmental organization seeks ICPC's support to track constituency projects in budget. Impeachment. Edo Assembly directs Chief Justice to set up a probe panel on Deputy Governor. Governor Oti to flag off construction of 2 strategic roads in Abia. ICPC, CODA close ties on asset recovery, combating IFF's. Finidi George takes charge as Super Eagles battle Black Stars of Ghana Friday. Zenith Bank invests in Neton to launch customers into global markets. EFCC arraigns alleged sextortionist in Lagos court. NHRC condemns killing of soldiers in Delta community. Kanu seeks transfer from DSS custody to Kuje prison. Tax credit reps to pro commercial tricycle motorcycle riders a protest claims 4 lives in Delta. Commercial tricycle motorcycle riders protest claims 4 in Delta. Governor Zulum to vaccinate school girls. UK government to introduce independent football regulator. Delta governor meets Tinubu over killing of soldiers in Okuama. Court declines Nnamdi Kanu's bail request, grants accelerated hearing. Wamako sympathizes with traders over Sokoto market in Feno. Court remands blogger ex-MFM member over alleged cyberbullying of Pastor Olukoya. Court remands blogger ex-Mountain of Fire Ministries member over alleged cyberbullying of Pastor Olukoya. Ronaldo dropped from Portugal's squad to face Sweden. Security agencies know bandits hideout. Sheikh Gumi. Nigerian Air Force destroy terrorist logistic storage in Niger. Expert advocates ethical practices in project evaluation, monitoring. African Games. Team Nigeria's Okezie, others reach 400-meter semi-finals. Group lost Tinubu over Otuaro's appointment as PAP administrator. Police arrest cultists, recover explosives, arms, ammunition in rivers. Courts jail 6 for cybercrime in Para. 2024 budget, FCTA proposes 26.6 billion naira for water, environment. Support Tinubu to build a imperial Nigeria. Nasarawa governor tells Peter Obi. Kanu budgets 6 billion naira for Ramadan feeding. APC will win Edo Kuba election. Tinubu declares. Court to disclose Nigerian traders' information to EFCC. Cleric gives 30,000 students scholarships. Foundation seeks support for Niger's ejection of U.S. troops. Foundation seeks support for Niger's ejection of U.S. troops. 27,600 Benue women to benefit from BOA grant. Firm denies culpability in Epe tilapia fish mortality. Supports Tinubu to rescue Nigeria. Governor Sule tells Obi. Ibom developers drives economic empowerment for 170 women in Akwa Ibom. Bajabia Mela says the federal government committed to improve the nationwide power supply. NEDC distributes palliatives to Taraba internally displaced persons, orphans, others. Last week down with 238 billion naira loss. 2 days after abduction, gunmen kill Babushi monarch. Ramadan, Yobe to spend 187 million naira on free feeding. Commissioner. Casti, Tita signed memorandum of understanding to provide interactive e-timetable. Man attacks wife with machete in Ondo. Senator Ali channels palliatives via markets to beneficiaries. 2021 local government chairmanship candidates of PDP. Anambra NMA threatens service withdrawal over police assault. Former Enugu lawmakers salute Mba at 52. Kuka to deliver 36th University of Calabar convocation lecture. Kanu's lawyer. Others lose appeal against unlawful arrest, detention. Our legislative agenda will enhance living standards. Akpabio. Troops rescue 16 tattoo kidnap victims in Kaduna. Troops rescue 16 tattoo kidnap victims in Kaduna. Hardship. You decided your fate. PDP chieftain tells electorate 2027 you will struggle to get 2% vote in FCT. APC tells Tinubu water in this hot weather. NFF wants states to conclude the Federation Cup on given dates or face sanction. Debt stocks. This as DMO raises fresh 588 billion naira from bonds. That's the much we can take from the leadership newspaper this morning. Still on the stories making the headlines on Nigerian newspapers this morning from the leadership newspaper. We'll flip over to Vanguard newspaper. Siblings at war over family estate in Abia. World Day of the Sick. Our future looks for Nigerians. Senator Ningi, the impossible anti-corruption crusader by Rotimi. Igbo Biafra nationalists call for redrawing of Biafra map. Naira rises to 1,580 naira per dollar in parallel market. Be smart. Protect your money from fraudsters. CBN charges Nigerians. Delta killings. 3 suspects nabbed. Moved to Army headquarters in Asaba. Zenith Bank appoints Adora Umoji, first female CEO. Abia Assembly passes bill to stop pension for ex-governors, deputies. Tinubu breaks fast with service chiefs. Others. Southeast. Peace will return 2 minutes after my release. Nnamdi Kanu boast. Killing of soldiers. Tinubu, Oborowore meet in Aso Rock. Senate investigates killing of 16 Nigerian army personnel in Delta. NUJ demands a release of abducted Lagos journalist Shegu Olatunji. Tenants using AIG, FCID detectives to extort landlord, NAP. 23-year-old secondary school leaver arrested with 2 guns in Edo. 10 killed, 48 injured in lone auto crash on Abuja-Kaduna highway. 10 killed, 48 injured in lone auto crash on Abuja-Kaduna highway. Still on the stories making the headlines on the Vanguard newspaper this morning. Talks ongoing with Ghana, others to protect undersea cables. Federal government. Our federal government funds a petrol subsidy through crude oil sales proceeds. High cost of iron rods. Engineers now build with bamboo. Delta killings. Troops occupy Ukwama. Raise more buildings. Nigeria's oil gas exploration rises 23% as a PIA impacts investment. CBN educates Nigerians how to protect their money from fraudsters. And that's the much we can take from the Vanguard newspaper this morning. From the Vanguard newspaper, we'll flip over to the Daily Post newspaper. Para Assembly warns Ibadan Electricity Distribution Company investigated for alleged poor services, unwholesome practices. We have never lost soldiers like that, even in Boko Haram war. Clark. Nigerian lady driving from London to Lagos denied entry into Sierra Leone. Edo Deputy Governor Philip Shaibu loses bid to stop impeachment move against him. Senate discovers 13 infractions in 30 trillion naira ways and means loan. Benue Assembly calls for prosecution of doctor over suspicious death of woman. Senate extends implementation of 2023 supplementary appropriation. Ondo, I am not Akeredolu's sworn enemy. Adelami, Akpabio, using division to cover up budget padding allegation. Northern Group, alleged 15 million naira fraud rocks Amuzu Technical College in Ebonyi. That's the much we can take from the Daily Post newspaper this morning. From the Daily Post newspaper, we'll flip over to the Sun newspaper. Abia community laws call for transformative initiatives. Delta Akpabio fingers mercenaries in soldiers killing. Reps panel summon health minister over $300 million anti-malaria fund. Edo Ondo Guba, there should be no excuse for poor performance. IPAC Delta Akpabio fingers with taking this. PSC Bayasa, how our officers and men were killed, body parts eaten. Military killings, playing politics with Benue lives. Impeachment, Edo Assembly directs Chief Justice to set up 7-man panel to investigate petition against Chaibu. Ningi, you are acting PDP's script. Arewa initiative plays ACF. Kidnapping, banditry will soon be over. Commissioner of Police, FCT. Edo, Ondo, Guba. IPAC insists there should be no excuse for poor performance. Edo Guba, APC on victory path, Tinubu. Stanbic IBTC pension managers commits 100 million naira to renovate Yaba Psychiatric Hospital. Expert urges parents to ensure estate for dependents. Surge in cyber attacks imminent. Security experts warn insurance firms. Stakeholders list $700 million CVFF disbursement, floating dock deployment as low-hanging fruits for new NIMASA DG. Abia community laws call for transformative initiatives. Still on the stories making the headlines on the Sun newspaper this morning. Harnessing potential of Nigerian intellectuals with disability for positive contributions to government. Higher spiritual psychology of symbolism. China's national legislature open annual session. Inspector General of Police confirmed how we nabbed suspected killer of Umoji PG, Anambra Commissioner. And that's the much we can take from the Sun newspaper this morning. From the Sun newspaper, we flip over to the Nation newspaper. Zenith Bank appoints Adora Umoji, first female GMD CEO. Chaibu's impeachment. Edo Assembly directs ship petition. Violence will cease in Southeast after my release, says Nandekano. Moves on to drive vessel traffic to One, Warri, Calabar Port. Health Minister, Permanent Secretaries get 72 hours to explain unaccounted $300 million anti-malaria funds. Edun. UNDP seek efforts to tackle development challenges. Off-season polls. Only 6 parties submitted nomination forms in Edo 6 days to deadline, says INEC. Tinubu writes reps seek passage of bill to improve judicial officers' welfare. Senate honors Olubadan with 1 minute silence. How Jandor frustrated PDP, Labour Party plot against APC in Lagos. Still on the stories making the headlines on the Nation newspaper this morning. Akeredolu never endorsed any aspirant. PDP accepts APC's challenge to approve Adeleke's government. Adeleke, full dispute. From the Nation newspaper, we flip over to the Punch newspaper. Court denies Kanu bail. Southeast reps demand end to trial. No mining licenses without local value addition. Alake. LAGESC arrests 63 for crossing highways, trading on streets. You are listening to newspaper headlines on Ebona, the 103.5 FM. We'll now go for a short break. When we come back, we'll continue on the stories making the headlines on the Punch newspaper. Please stay with us.
Come and experience God's presence at its fullest as Divine Galilee Christ Assembly Mission Ogidi presents 2 days of revival. Theme: My case is urgent. Date: Thursday and Friday, 21st and 22nd of March 2024. Time: 9 p.m. on the dot. Ministry: Mommy Blessing, aka Annual Go General Overseer, and other ministers of God. Venue: Permanent site, former Buzo bus stop, Edoma Estate, Ogidi. For inquiries and prayers, please call 08067973760 or 08136994615. Come and be blessed. Your life will never be the same. Amen. Love by bread, nutrition, some delicious. Love by bread, energizing and refreshing. Love by bread, the aroma is so yummy. Love by bread, it's a bread for the family. Sweetie, sweetie, love by bread, yummy, yummy, love by bread. Sweetie, sweetie, love by bread, yummy, yummy, love by bread.
Love Bite Bread just produced under a good hygienic environment with nothing approval. Love Bite Bread produced with enough milk and honey that makes it sweet and yummy. Love Bite Bread, honey that makes it sweet and yummy. Love Bite Bread. This precious and bread is limited in for one more somebody happens. Located at North, live healthy.
Sweetie, sweetie, love by bread. Yummy, yummy, love by bread.
I have a testimony, good news and wonderful opportunities here, and your agency will make your inquiries. Call 070.
How best can we address these in your community? Street Report is here with hardcore journalism to get to the roots of our problem. Why don't you join me, Martin Ifanish, this number the first every Friday, 4:30.
24 in Abada Tigo, na Anambra State, in a jet, one of the local Jagana residency hotels, Neofino, Gidi,
nwanne adị na-eli emechi ọnụ ma ọfụ ife dị mma nzo nwanne ife dị mma dị ya nwanne iche